Hi, everyone. It's time. Here we are, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Wednesday, March 11th. And guess what? It's the second Wednesday of March 2020. And I am very happy to be coming to you live every Wednesday this month at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, and 8 a.m. Pacific. Our topic and theme this month is sleep and stress. Hi, Hinda. And it's actually, I think, I feel like sleep and stress can come at a good time. The topic can come, whatever. I feel like it's a very especially good time right now, given everything that's going on in the world. And I'm actually just stewing some tea right now. So 1 second as I just pull out my, I'm doing this it's like a berry tea, and it's very springy. I'm going to take my first sip of this, and then we're going to dive right in talking about stress. Ooh, that's a little hot. Okay. So, my name is Alyssa Abrahamson, and I'm a nutritional therapist and wellness coach. And thank you so much for joining me live and also watching the replays. Last week, I was home in Minneapolis, and it was really fun to do a live at my mom's house. And now I'm back in Brooklyn. Very happy to be back and coming to you today to address stress. So I think that what I just really want to talk about is something that we're going to be doing our first 5-day challenge this month, which is talking about breathing work and breath work and breathing exercises. Hi, Shelby. Yay. I was thinking about what I wanted to share today. And first of all, I don't want to really focus so much on stress. I really want to focus on how we are coping with that, because all of us are experiencing stress in so many different ways, and so many different things are happening. Collectively, I think we can all agree that the coronavirus is something that's bringing added stress to our lives. Some of us are being impacted more deeply based on our personalities. If we are the kind of people that are more worried, or maybe we're the kind of people that are more like, I'm going to just relax about it. I'm going to take the precautions. This is what I'm going to do. So I think before we dive into talking about breathing and how that can really impact and really help support us through stressful times and stressful moments, is as we're just thinking about what's happening in the world around us, I just want to highlight some really basic fundamental things of how we can take care of ourselves. These are things that we know to do, but I think it's super important to just reiterate. So, number one, breathe. And we're going to be talking about that. When we are connected to our breath, we can really connect deeper to ourselves and bring ourselves to this place of more calm. Hi, Lala. Yay. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Meditate. That's another thing. Now, I personally do not have a daily meditation practice. However, I've gone through phases of incorporating meditation. I really love guided meditations, but that's another tool that can help us through stressful times. And it's really awesome is that there are so many apps, like free apps that we can download on our phone. Headspace, for example, is one, or Calm is another, that can offer us like 1-minute meditation, like breathing exercises. So that's another thing. Also, at this time, what's happening around us, as always, but sleep is incredibly important. And maybe getting into bed 15 minutes or a half an hour before your normal bedtime, just so you can make sure that you're able to fall asleep at the time that you really need to be asleep. sleep is so important for your immune system and keeping you healthy. So that's just really, really important to be mindful of. Also, eating well. You guys, we all are addicted to sugar. I just want to, I feel it's safe to say that. And sugar is something that we lots of times turn to in times of stress and overwhelm. And sugar really depletes our immune system, and it really is harmful. So if we can now, right now especially, forever, but really now, focus on wholesome foods, really focus on foods that come from nature. So that's fruits and vegetables and protein from animals. So that's, fish and meat and poultry, really, really focusing on wholesome, nourishing foods that is going to really boost your immune system and help keep you healthy. So this is not a time to binge on Ben and Jerry's and Peeps. Easter's coming, right, in a month. So really focusing on wholesome foods. And this is a time to also move your body and connect and get outside. So whether that's just taking a walk around the block, or that's going to a Pilates class, moving your body also really keeps your energy going, and it helps you with your mood, all of it. So that's another thing that can really, really help your immune system. And also during this time, it's super important to connect with people who you love. So a lot of people are, fearful, and that's understandable. But connecting with loved ones and not having it become this complaining experience, but more just celebratory and really thinking about and sharing positive things in your life can really, really help. And as well as staying positive. So during this time, it's super important to stay positive. So those are all things we know, but in terms of this time of stress, but I wanted to present those as reminders for how to really help support yourself during this time. And what we're going to focus on right now is one way to really help with stress, as we're all feeling it, and we all do, but especially I think right now, we are going to talk about breathing and breath work. And so, one thing I was thinking about, sometimes when you're upset, I'm sure we've all experienced this where someone would say to you, oh, just breathe, and maybe the way they say it, or the place where you're in is, they're trying to be helpful and nice, but it kind of might, if you're not ready to receive that, it might kind of be like, well, just shut up. But that instinctual, helpful comment, I guess, or suggestion that people give to you when you're stressed or when you're tense, just breathe, is actually incredibly helpful. And I think that we need to really take that to heart. So what I would like you to do right now is just, I would like us to all kind of tense our bodies up, because stress and tension are so intertwined, and we carry around so much stress and tension in our bodies, and we actually might not even be aware that it's happening. So what I want us to do is just for 5 seconds, just like tense up your body. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to count to 5, and then we're going to relax. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I basically just held my breath. So it's kind of like this tensing up your body and then just relaxing it. So connecting with your body and feeling that tension and is really intense. And when we're not connected to our body and we're unaware that we're carrying on this tension, that can be super harmful. So, one of the basic human things that we do that we're alive is we breathe. We also eat and we sleep. Lou on the rocks. Oh my God, I'm so happy you're here. Yay. Yay. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much. So when we are just going back to those basic things, we eat, we sleep, we breathe. Okay, so we're focusing on breathing. And, it's interesting because we it's a natural thing. We have to do it to stay alive, but we are actually never taught how to breathe. So unless we really seek out, how do I breathe to boost my immune system? How do I breathe to help me with my stress? How do I breathe to take care of myself overall? And so this is something that we really need to be aware of and work on, and not take for granted that breathing is something that we have control over, and that once we become aware and connected, that it's something that can really help us. So maybe you've been in a fitness class or a yoga class, and where, an instructor, tells, maybe might give you instructions on how to breathe or remind you to breathe. If you're in aerobics class, the instructor might say, breathe. And you're like, oh shit, I wasn't breathing. And it's funny, right? It's this thing that we do all the time, every moment is we're breathing, but yet sometimes we forget to breathe, or we don't know how to breathe. And how can breath work support us? So first of all, breathing can support us physically. When we take deep breaths, it can literally lower the stress in our bodies. When we take deep breaths, it sends signals to your brain to be calm and relax. Deep breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest part of your nervous system. And that signal, when you are breathing and igniting that, getting yourself into that relaxed mode, that helps you physically, literally calm. Emotionally, deep breathing really can help us calm down. And when we are, like, for example, if you're angry, you breathe faster, or when you're sad, you might have more sighs, or your exhalations might be longer than your inhalations. So what's super interesting is that your emotions and thoughts are connected with your breath. So when you're stressed, it's really important to watch your breath. And then you can change how you feel simply by changing your breath. Spiritually, also, breath work and breathing can be incredibly spiritual. When you practice your breathing, you become more connected and aware of yourself and your surroundings, and you can really set that intention to connect to the universal energy and life force. And so that can be really spiritually empowering and really move us through a stressful time. So I'm gonna just take a sip of my tea. Excuse me, maybe it's cooled down over the past few minutes. So I'm just curious, who out there, who has breathing exercises that you do? I personally have one breathing exercise that my yoga instructor taught me that I do practice when in times when I am stressed, but it's not a daily practice that I have. And that's why I'm excited about doing our 5-day challenge, to really experiment and be intentional about breath work. But is there anyone who's watching now or in the comments, just write, yes, I have a, Frankie, yay! I have a breath work or breathing practice, or I want to. So I'm gonna write, I want to implement a breath work practice into my life to help me! Exclamation point. So what's really awesome is that breathing and breathwork exercises, it is like, it's free, and it is like one of the utmost forms of self-care, you guys. So breathing exercises are really easy to learn, and you can do them whenever you want, wherever you want. You could be in a meeting, in a stressful meeting, and as you're listening, you can literally do your breathing exercises. You could be, if you live in New York City like me, on the train and you're stressed out or whatever's going on around you, and you can intentionally do your breathing. So that is something that is amazing to think about. It's in your control. It's free. And there's different ways that you can practice breath work and breathing exercises and find what is good for you. So what we're going to do today is just focus on a few. And first, what is so interesting is that if we notice, most of us are breathing with our shoulders. So we kind of lift up and go down. But we all hear, and that we need to breathe with our belly. And if you think about babies or kids, they're breathing with their belly, and you can see that it's this natural, innate way of breathing. But over time, there's something about, maybe we have issues with our stomach, I don't know, but we get into this place where we are naturally not breathing with our belly. And when I am very intentional and think about breathing with my belly, I am aware, oh, my stomach is sticking out. Who cares? I mean, no one's looking at my stomach as I breathe. So what I want to focus on right now is just belly breathing. So belly breathing is super simple to learn. And what's great is you can do it sitting up, or you can do it lying down, whatever's most comfortable for you. And it's really just one of the most basic ways to relieve stress is breathing with your belly. So what I would recommend right now, if you're able, I know some of you told me that you listen to the lives while you're driving in the car, which is super cute and awesome, and I love that. But so if you are watching when you're driving, remember this and do this. So put one hand on your belly and the other hand on your chest. And then take a deep breath through your nose and let your belly push out on your hand, and your chest should not move. And then breathe out through your lips as if you were whistling. That's kind of what they say. And then feel the hand on your belly go in. Okay, so I'm going to do it. So I'm going to breathe in. So again, you're breathing in through your nose. So one hand's on your chest, one hand's on your belly. You breathe in and your belly sticks out. And then you breathe out, kind of piercing, not piercing, pushing through your lips, and you feel then your belly push out. And then you repeat this like 3 to 10 times. And you take your time with each breath. And then just notice how you feel. So let's just do this 3 times. Okay, okay, here we go. That makes me want to cry. It feels so good. Compared to that kind of stresses me out. Actually, now as we're talking about this, oh my God, Andrea, yay! Like when you just that's such our natural tendency to lift our shoulders. Like just that act of even holding your stomach. And I know so many of us have issues with our stomachs, but like it's so comforting when we are taking that breath and feeling our stomach go in and out, and we're in our belly. So so once we've mastered our belly breathing, which we can master in just a few breaths, and it's all about just setting that intention and becoming aware and connecting with your breath and your body. So there's 2 breathing exercises that I wanted to share. So the first is something that I don't practice, I have, and the second is something that I do practice. So the first is the 4-7-8 breathing. So this uses belly breathing as a way to help you relax. And again, you can do this either sitting or lying down. And so to start, if you're able to right now, please join me. And I'm going to read these instructions so we're very clear. So to start, just put your one hand on your belly and the other hand on your chest, just as the breathing exercise. And then start, just exhale so you get it all out. Just get it all out, make that whoosh sound. And then take a deep breath, slow, a slow breath from your belly silently, and you count to 4 as you're taking this breath in. Okay. So you're holding your belly, you take a breath in, count to 4, then you hold your breath silently, your hands still in your belly, from 1 to 7. So you count 1 to 7. And then when you're done counting to 7, you breathe out completely as silently, and you count from 1 to 8. So get all of that air out of your lungs as you're counting 1 to 8. And then you can repeat that up to 7 times. So again, you're breathing in for 4, then you're holding it for 7, and then you're breathing out for 8, all with your belly. So I'm going to try that. Okay. Okay, I just did it once, but once is not enough. It's definitely need to do more than once. That one's actually, I like that one. I have not, I've tried that one, but I haven't fully implemented it. And the one that I do very often, my amazing yoga instructor, Laura Staten, she introduced to me this years ago. It's something that, she didn't make it up, but it's just boxed breathing. And it's 4, 4, 4, and 4. So it's literally you're breathing in for 4 counts, then you're holding it for 4 counts, and then you're breathing out for 4 counts, and then you're holding it for 4 counts. So it's this boxed 4, 4, 4, 4. And I love doing this in meetings or someplace like where you might be stressed and no one knows that you're doing this. I mean, you can do the 4, 7, 8 as well, but that the 4, 4, 4, that's the one that really resonates with me and I really love. So let's do that together. And again, if it's really helpful, you can put your hand on your belly and then the other hand on your chest. So we're really focusing on the belly breathing. So we're going to breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and then hold for 4 counts. Okay. Okay. So again, that really is only going to be working like really well when you're doing it more than once. So that's our breath work. That's our breathing exercises, you guys. And this is today's Facebook Live topic, stress, which actually what we're focusing on is breathing. So again, breathing is something that we do. We're alive, so we are breathing. And breathing is something that many of us have become very disconnected with. And once we realize that that breathing and being super mindful of our breath can really, really help us when we are feeling tension, when we are feeling stressed, and we start making it a priority to think about how can I use my breathing, which is, again, free self-care. It's free. It's free to breathe. It's a free way to de-stress, you guys. It's a free way to boost your immune system. It's a free way to feel calm and to relax and to take things with stride. Breathing. This is what we can do, starting with your belly breath and then moving on to those few different breathwork exercises, the 4, the 7, the 8, or the box breathing, the 4, 4, and 4. So this is very exciting for me because I'm really wanting to share this with you guys because I'm really wanting to implement breath work. And what we're going to do starting tomorrow, which, hey, you can actually start right now today, is our 5-day breathwork challenge. And I will post the guidelines in my private Facebook group, which is Wellness HQ Wellness HQ. Gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I always forget it. Wellness HQ Health and healing through mindset, real food, and lifestyle. I'll post the link in the comments. But so the 5-day breathwork challenge. So the challenges start today, but we really want to be a part of it. 5 days. We can start tomorrow, March 12th through the 16th. And what I recommend is choosing one technique, whether that's just belly breathing, or doing the 4-7-8 or the box breathing. Or if you're way more advanced and you have another thing that you like or that you used to do or you want to try, please do that. Then choose a time. Choose a time of day and be consistent. So whether that's right in the morning when you wake up, or that's when you get into bed before you go to sleep, or if that's in the middle of the day, set your timer on your phone for an alarm for 3 p.m. breath work. And guess what, you guys? We are going to do this so simple and easy that you will 100% succeed. That means 2 minutes. The challenge is 2 minutes a day of intentional breathing. 2 minutes. And guess what? We breathe all the time. So you're going to be breathing anyway. Why not do it intentionally, right? So 1 second, another sip of my tea. And then the final part of the challenge is I would love to know what breathing exercise or breath work, they're interchangeable, that you're going to do. So just post that in the group and then let us know how it goes. I'm excited to do that. I want to be held accountable with testing out. I need to figure out what one I'm going to do. 2 minutes a day, 5 days a week. So that is that concludes today's workshop on stress, which is hooking you in stress to bring you to connecting to yourself and breathing, this amazing free form of self-care and a way to de-stress. So you guys, good news. I am back the next 2 Wednesdays in March. We're continuing on with our sleep and stress focus of this month. So next week, I'm going to be focusing on guided meditation. So that's Wednesday, March 18th. And then Wednesday, March 25th, bedtime hygiene. So we're continuing on with sleep and stress. And I will be back the next 2 Wednesdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on my Facebook page, Alyssa at Wellness HQ. And so what are your next steps? So first of all, if you got something out of this, please say, yay, Alyssa, thanks for helping remind me that I can breathe and that breathing will help me through stress and tension. And also if someone who really needs help with de-stressing, which I think we all know someone, including ourselves, who needs help with de-stressing and with mindfulness in terms of our breathing, please tag them in the comments. And this Facebook Live will be available for replay in just moments. So you can also share that if there's someone you know that you think will benefit. Please share. I really want to continue to grow our community. And as we are coming together and learning different ways to take care of ourselves and continue on this path to feeling better and optimal health. So the next thing is also invite your friends and family and coworkers into our 5-day challenge breathing challenge exercise. And that I just want to continue to just, again, build and grow. So anyone that you know, whether it's someone you live with or someone you work with, like set your, clock at work with your coworker. You're like, okay, 2 minutes of breath work. And also, you guys, if you're not on my email list, please head over to thewellnessheadquarters.com and you can sign up there. I offer every week a newsletter with topical ideas and thoughts going deeper on what we're discussing the Facebook Lives, and they're all connected. And so yesterday's was all about stress. So if you visit thewellnessheadquarters.com /post /stress, you can learn a little bit more about that and what I talked about specifically about stress. I really focused on self-imposed stress in terms of some of us are worriers and some of us are perfectionists, and how that self-imposed stress can really impact us and affect us. So I really suggest you head on over to thewellnessheadquarters.com /post/stress. And when you're over there, then you can sign up for my newsletter. And in the meantime, I am so excited to be kicking off a 5-day breathwork challenge with you guys. I think it's coming at the perfect time as all this craziness is going on in the world, because what we all need is to really connect with ourselves and our community and the universe and breathe and be really intentional about that. So I will see you next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, our topic will be guided meditation. So we're continuing on this March's theme of sleep and stress. And I really hope that you are going to join me on the breathing exercises and breath work, and have an awesome day. And remember, I'm super excited. I'm going to do breath work the minute I'm done and I say farewell. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Super honored that you're here, and I will see you next week, and have an awesome day. Bye.